Today we're tracking a plane crash over Lake Cordero that killed 2 and left 6 missing. What we know about the accident coming up. Starting tomorrow, you'll need a face mask if you want to enter any Washington business. We'll tell you what you need to know today to prepare.
We're looking at a pretty nice week of weather for this week, tracking a few thunderstorms for tomorrow, and if any, heat waves may be on the way.
And Northern Quest has canceled all summer concerts after coronavirus cases keep rising in Spokane County. We'll bring you the latest on that decision.
Up with KREM starts right now with Jen York, Joshua Robinson, Evan Narani, and Dana Marie McNichol.
Well, thanks for joining us today on Up with KREM. We have information about tomorrow. Businesses in Washington must turn away customers who aren't wearing face masks. The new statewide order is in response to a surge of coronavirus cases. Businesses who don't comply with the order could be faced with fines or forced closures by state regulators.
The virus has spiked in recent weeks, and we know this. This is not just a coincidence of more testing. It's because more people are becoming infected. That is clear.
There are multiple types of face coverings that are acceptable under the guidelines. You can use a sewn face mask that secures around the head or behind your ears. A face covering could also be something as simple as several layers of fabric tied around your mouth and nose. It can be made from nearly any material like cotton, fleece, or even linen. You can buy factory-made masks, but homemade masks are also perfectly acceptable. All right, we're going to take a live look outside right now. It definitely looks like a warm morning for us. Are some of those temperatures that we saw over the weekend going to be sticking around, Thomas?
Oh, yeah. In fact, it was really nice over this weekend. Kind of inching on 80 degrees the last couple days here. And that's just going to hold true for the next few. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick in the Outdoor Weather Center. It is shaping up to be a beautiful day. The sun just hiding behind a couple of the trees off to my right. But yeah, really nice this morning. A couple cool spots. But really, when the humidity is down, sometimes our temperatures get a little bit cool first thing in the morning. So there's still just a few 40s on the map. You see 46 in Pullman and 47 in Deer Park as of right now. But 55 in Spokane. And it can only go up from here, especially with nothing but sunny skies overhead. So yeah, it is going to shape up to be a really nice day. In fact, our temperatures might increase by a full 30 degrees before the afternoon is through with us. So all in all is looking great. So if you're hoping to go on a jog first thing in the morning, I actually really enjoy running when it's a little bit cool outside. It makes me feel a little less sweaty when I'm outside trying to exercise. But yeah, into the 80s by the afternoon hours. Should be a really nice week of weather, save for maybe tomorrow. I'll go through when we see these thunderstorm chances in our forecast throughout the day on Tuesday. So hour by hour, I'll take you in that full forecast coming up in just a few moments. Now let's take a look at some traffic across the roadways as of the 6 o'clock hour. Not seeing too much out there and certainly no weather concerns. So all in all, looks good to go to start your morning.
It's like a beautiful day ahead. Thank you so much, Thomas Patrick. Now we do want to get outside to Jen York, who is at the scene of a plane crash over in Coeur d'Alene. We're going to move on to some morning rush stories, more news in less time. So Highway 95 is still closed after a 120-foot rock slide. The Idaho Transportation Department estimates the slide is about 40 feet deep with some rocks as large as 20 feet across. The highway is closed from milepost 186 near Pollock to milepost 189 near Riggins. The Idaho Department of Transportation isn't sure when that road will reopen. And this morning, the Spirit Lake fire has flared up once again. The Idaho Department of Lands wrote the fire reached, quote, 2 large areas of heavy fuel and began throwing sparks up the hill. The blaze now covers 70 acres. The Department of Lands said 2 engines were at the fire and were working throughout the night. The Department of Lands sent additional air resources and bulldozers to the site, which will continue working this morning. And a total of 121 students have tested positive in an outbreak on the University of Washington's Greek Row. 112 of those tested were residents in fraternity houses. 9 others tested positive with close contacts in fraternities, but did not live in the houses. A UW Medicine pop-up testing site that was set up near Greek Row last week conducted nearly 1,300 tests as of this weekend. Well, that's your Morning Rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKrem on social media. Well, the remains of Vanessa Gillen were positively identified this weekend. That's according to an attorney for her family. It's been more than 2 months since she first disappeared. Mourners came together in Houston over the weekend to remember Gillen and demand justice.
Vanessa joined the Army to serve her country, but her own country didn't protect her. So that's why we chose the 4th of July as well, to make a statement.
Now, according to court records, Gillen was killed by Army Specialist Aaron Robinson after she threatened to report him for sexual harassment. Robinson died by suicide after officers tried to arrest him last week for Gillen's murder. The Army claims there is no credible evidence so far that Gillen was sexually harassed. Gillen's family is now accusing the Army of covering up how she was treated and is calling for a congressional investigation.
They have lied to us multiple times, and that's one of the lies. My sister was sexually harassed multiple times.
Cicely Aguilar, Robinson's girlfriend, will appear in court today on charges of helping hide Gillen's body. And trending today in the world of Broadway, they're mourning a star who, after 95 days in the hospital, died from COVID-19 complications. Nick Cordero was only 41 years old.
And as far as those friends go, Nick suggests a real short leash.
Well, the Tony Award-nominated actor was known for playing tough guys on Broadway in shows like Bronx Tale, Bullets Over Broadway, and Waitress. Cordero had been in the hospital since March with coronavirus and suffered strokes, blood clots, sepsis, and a leg amputation, and had also been on a ventilator. Just last week, his wife Amanda Klutz spoke with Gayle King on CBS This Morning about Cordero's fight. We can take a listen.
God is the only person that's going to decide when and if my husband goes. So I will never try to play that role. He's fighting. I see it every day. Nick's doctor sees it. And as long as he's in there and fighting, I'll continue to fight with him.
Klutz announced that the fight ended yesterday on Instagram, writing in part, he was surrounded in love by his family, singing and praying as he gently left the earth. I will love you forever and always, my sweet man. Tributes and condolences are pouring in for the family, from Priscilla Presley to Hamilton star Lin-Manuel Miranda. Cordero and his wife have a son named Elvis, who just celebrated his first birthday. Klutz said, along with everything else he loved in life, Cordero loved being a father, and that's certainly a huge loss for that family and for Broadway. More on Up with KREM next.